everybody, and welcome to the High Performance Garden Show. We are up to week 13. Can you believe it? 13 weeks already. This garden is really cruising. We are finally starting to warm up just a little bit. I think this week the forecast is pretty good. So our warm weather plants are going to be growing quite a bit more than they have in the past, because we're just going to get some extra warmth, which is really cool. Really cool. There you go. Warmth is cool. Anyways, it's early. We're going to get started today with the tomato plants. These guys, we don't need to put any clips on them. Like I say, it's been cold, so they haven't grown much. They're just kind of hanging on, hoping that we'll warm up and get started. But I wanted to talk about these two back here. Remember, we had planted one called Chef's Choice, which is a large orange tomato, and as you can see, we are getting cherry tomatoes. And I kind of thought I had mixed up my seeds, but I got an email from the seed company. They said they had a mix-up at the seed company. They don't know exactly what these are, so we have a couple choices. We can either leave these in the garden and see what they're going to do, or we could take them out and actually put in something that we want. Last week we decided we'd go ahead and enjoy the cherry tomatoes. I thought they were the kinds that I had purchased, which are indeterminate. These could actually be determinate cherry tomatoes. The difference between the two is an indeterminate tomato is going to continue to grow and grow and grow and put on a new top and go pretty much, I think they can go for about 7 years. Provided that you don't freeze them. A determinate tomato will come up, put on its entire crop, and then they usually die back or they just stop producing. So there's a chance that these are going to come up, put on a crop, and then actually just stop on us mid-season. So that's the risk of keeping a tomato plant that we don't know what it is. But hey, I'm game. Let's give it a whirl. I'll do the best I can to keep the tops in these. I had some in my production house that actually did terminate on top, but I was able to keep a little sucker, the little plants that come out of the sides here, and put a new top on the plant. So we're going to go for it. We're going to see what these produce. I will be careful on the suckers that I cut off in case we need one to put a new top in the plant. But yeah, new gardening challenge. You know, you never know. The garden is one of my very best teachers, and every year, every season, I get to learn something new. So anyways, here we go. So tomatoes look good today. We don't need to feed them. We fed them last week. They're just waiting for the weather to warm up. We're going to take a look at the spinach. It's still producing because it's been cold. So we're not going to take it out yet. We're just going to keep harvesting, and we'll go as long as we can. So I'm ready to pick spinach. Look at these leaves. They're huge. Spinach is happening, and it is delicious. If you get an extra spinach, you can just blanch it, put it in the freezer for middle of summer and middle of winter when spinach doesn't grow well. So, okay, we're going to get our spinach harvest in. Okay, here is our spinach harvest from the tomato section. I can't believe it. There's like about a pound here, so that's super awesome. Nothing else we need to do for the tomatoes, except if you're doing the calcium, go ahead and spray the calcium every week. So, yeah, that's great. Spinach. Okay, the next thing I'm looking at is our shigaku, and believe it or not, it's still squirting out from around the cabbage. So I'm just going to harvest some more of this. And it's wonderful to have this going for so long. And that's probably our cold nights. It was 38 2 nights ago. So that's probably what's keeping this going. Like I said, it's just kind of squirting out everywhere between the cabbage plants. So we'll get what we can. Always makes a meal. Okay, there's our shigaku for the week, and that's actually pretty amazing. So I'm glad it's still going, and I will happily eat that. And I want to take a look at our cabbages again. They are nice and firm. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 heads that are ready to go. I think I'll take this one here in the corner. It's just a matter of cutting that down low, leaving the plant. Okay, there we are. That's probably like 2 more meals, so that's awesome. I'm going to come around and show you the ones in the front that are still producing. They're starting to produce again, I should say. So these right here, remember we saved the little stubs? And here they are, all 3 of them. That's going to produce us 3 heads. There's a little guy right there. I'm going to take that one out because I don't want 4 heads starting in here. So yeah, if you leave your plant attached, then you can grow a second set of cabbage. So we'll just let this continue to grow. And each week I'm taking out 1, and so what we're doing is triggering this to make the extra heads, but they'll be staggered because we're just pulling 1 out a week. So that's all we need to do for the cabbage. Pretty easy, isn't it? I love this garden, so easy. Okay, backing up here. These are our cucumbers, and they're just about ready for a clip. These leaves should be about this big. They're still a little reactive to the cold nights, but they'll get going once it warms up. I have noticed some spider mites that are starting to come in the gardens. And remember last week we talked about knowing your garden and knowing the bugs that are going to cycle through, knowing the cycle of the bugs. And when you can do that, then you can prevent an infestation as opposed to finding an infestation and trying to get rid of it. So what I did is I ordered my spider mite predators. They just come in this bottle. This bottle's full of vermiculite. There's a little, the top has got a little screen on it, and I just take it and I just shake the vermiculite out onto the plants. That's all there is to it. You just need to know when to release your spider mites, or your spider mite predators, and that's pretty much how we'll control the spider mites all season. I will get a second bottle of these in about 3 weeks, so I have overlapping crops of spider mite predators, and that's how we're going to protect the cucumbers this year. So we also release these in our other buildings to protect our other crops as well. So as far as the cucumbers, I say they're just cold, they're just hanging on. We get some heat in here. I think this week's supposed to be warm, and these things are going to go nuts on us. Okay, moving on down into the zucchini world. And this thing is going nuts. We have squash. Of course we have squash, it's zucchini. It's even growing while it's cold, which is good, because they don't like it cold either. And neither do I. Okay, we got one. Got some little ones in there. Now, as I'm digging through here, what am I looking for? Little golden BBs, squash bugs. You want to get them before they multiply. So you want to keep a close eye. There's another one. If you like your zucchinis a little smaller than these ones I'm pulling today, which I think are just fine, you want to harvest twice a week. Right now I'm only harvesting once a week. Another one. They're cold this morning. I can feel the coldness of the night temperatures in the squash. Okay. I'm gonna shred some zucchini and fry it in garlic butter this week. Yum. It's so good. You can actually use it like spaghetti noodles. Another one. And let's see what else we got in here. Okay, last one. Now, we need to look for our bugs. Nice crop. 6 of them. There we are. Okay, so you want to take a look. Back sides. Keep an eye on this garden. It wouldn't hurt you to look every day. And when the plants are smaller, it's easier to monitor. And you can get those squash bugs before they get started. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. It has been cold, and that slows them down quite a bit. But when they arrive, I want to be ready for them. Because at some point in the season, they're going to try to get in here and attack my plant. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, we're going to call the zucchini good. We fed it last week. It's just waiting for some warmer weather too. So we're going to take a look at the spinach. And there still is some spinach. Now it's starting to bolt. You can see this right here. The plant does this stretchy thing. It starts to bolt, but these leaves are still good. You can still harvest everything across here. And probably next week we'll start pulling some of this stuff out, but for today we're good to go. And another meal put on the table. Okay, here's the spinach that we harvested from underneath the zucchini plant, and it's growing okay. I'm pleased. This will make another meal, and that helps our budget every single time we put something on the table. So this section of the garden is done, and the next thing we're going to do is go take a look at our broccoli. Okay, here we are in the next garden. Here is our broccoli, and what we're looking for today is the little floret heads. And we will just continue to get these all season long. Now see, like this guy, he's not very big around, but the little flower pods are about ready to open. So it's important to go ahead and harvest them. So we're looking at the size of the flower heads, not how many flower heads are in the bundle here. If one goes to seed on you, just take it off and everything will be okay. You can actually just eat it even if it's flowering. They're actually really good. They're very sweet, the flowers. Okay, ooh, there's a big one. Look at that guy. Yeah. Okay. That one, yeah, I think I'll take that one. Okay. That's about all we got there. Now the other thing that I want to do today is some of these leaves are growing over the top of my kale, and I just want to take a few of these off just so the kale can have a little more sunlight. There we go. Now these leaves can go in your compost. These are going to go to my baby turkeys. Oh man, baby turkeys love cabbage and broccoli. They just think it's the best thing in the world. And when you feed your baby turkeys more greens, they have straighter legs, so it keeps them from getting crippled. So this is going to the baby turkeys. Okay, there's our broccoli that we got. Not quite a meal, but I think I'll throw that in a stir fry with some other stuff, and that will do just fine. Okay, don't forget, spray your BT on your broccoli so that you don't get the cabbage loopers eating them. Okay, on down to the kale. I'm going to take off 2 more broccoli leaves. Okay, kale, tried and true. Such a great garden performer. This variety is Red Russian. I like to harvest it small, so I plant it thick. And goes on the table. It's perfect companion food. Okay, here's our kale harvest. There's about 1/2 pound there, which is perfect. And the kale, remember, spray your BT so you don't get the little butterflies. Other than that, we fed it last week. It's looking great, and we can just keep harvesting. So now we're going to go into the Joy Choy. I mean, look at this stuff. It's gorgeous. Every week, week after week. At some point, it'll bolt on us. You don't go to seed, but get what we can here. It's looking great. This is amazing food. So I hope you'll grow some. It's bok choy, and the variety is Joy Choy. And just get some seed, try it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You know, it may not grow for you. that's okay. At least you will have tried, but I bet it'll grow. This stuff grows amazing. And we get something great every week. Okay, here is our Joy Choy harvest for the week, and there's about 1.5 pounds here. This stuff, I tell you, it's amazing. It can put out food. So that is awesome. We fed it last week, so we don't really need to do anything. Haven't seen any more worm damage, so I'm just going to let that be for a while. If we start seeing a lot of chew marks, I'll come out in the dark with my flashlight, but for right now, it's looking good. Okay, next thing is our Swiss chard, and it's growing really well. We just need to get in here and do a little harvest. I do have one leaf miner leaf, so that goes where? In my pocket. And then I'll give that to the baby turkeys as well. For the chickens, compost or trash. Make sure you get it out of the garden. So yeah, just gonna come along here and get my beautiful harvest. I love this garden. It's just so peaceful and easy and fun. And you know, you can create this at home too. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm just a little further along on the scale than you, but I don't have any magic skills. Just a little bit of education. That's all you need. Okay, here's our Swiss chard harvest. I hope you kind of seeing a pattern here. I water, I harvest, I feed every now and again. Super easy garden, super wonderful fun. But there again, look, beautiful food for the table. Probably about 1/2 pound there. So that's awesome. Okay, next thing I want to look at is our carrots. They are growing great. We fed them last week. I can start harvesting at any time. I'm not quite yet ready for carrots because I still have some left over from last year. So I'm just going to let them keep growing. Nothing we need to do for them. So they're easy enough. Okay, up here in the beets, we want to continue to harvest beets. And we want to get in here and find some. They're a little close together, so we want to start thinning. So we're going to be pulling up some of these that are down in here. The squash that I planted is just about ready. I think we'll put it in next week. And then what we'll do is get our trellis on and get a few more beets out. There's a big one. Grow it on the edge. It gets a little extra sunlight. Down in the center here, we're going to have a little bit smaller ones. And I want to get enough for a meal. And I'm also looking for leaf miner while I'm digging through here, because we want to be sure that we take those leaves off. There's one I want. Okay. Alright, so there's a little bit of leaf miner right here. 2 leaves. You can see all that mining going on in there. So into the pocket it goes. Baby turkeys will be thrilled. They love this stuff. Okay, and there's a leaf right there and one right there. Like I say, just keep at it. Get a pocket full after a while. Okay. Those beets last week were so sweet and delicious. And we ate the tops right along with them with my apples. It was a perfect meal. Okay, and then I want to come across the front here. And this squash is growing. It's a little cold for it too. But it's going to warm up. Summer will come. It comes every year. I'm trying to pull some of these beets away from where the squash is. Give it a little more room. Okay, wow. That should do it. What a great crop. Okay, there's our beets for the week. So we got the root balls, we got the tops. Now, if you had to clean this whole bed out and you had to harvest everything, you can go ahead and roast your beets, and then you can cut them into little cubes and then throw them in a freezer bag and freeze them and get them out all winter long. So you can have your beets all season long if you would like to, just by roasting them and then freezing them and then just thawing them and eating them. Okay, there's beets. Oh, guess what I see? A weed. Looky there. First weed of the day. Probably the only weed of the day. Isn't it nice to not have to weed the garden? That's my favorite part, is we don't really deal with this. You know what? I'm going to put that in my pocket too. And that can go out to my baby turkeys because they will like it. Okay, lettuce. Let's come down here. We got the little babies that are just coming up. They're about that big. And we're going to let them go one more week, and then we're going to transplant them. This batch is ready to harvest, and these two batches. So mostly we're just going to get in here today, and we're just going to harvest some lettuce. On lettuce, we're spraying BT because the cabbage loopers do like lettuce. We're also watching for aphids, especially in the cool part of the year. I have not seen any aphids. If you do, get some Safer soap with pyrethrum in it. Oh my gosh, this stuff works amazing. So Safer soap, Safer brand. It's all organic. It's Organics Material Registry listed, OMRI listed. And you just follow the instructions on the bottle. Now remember, if you want elimination of the bug, you want to spray twice a week. If you just want control, then spray once a week. But we're not needing to spray anything. This is looking great. And I'm just going to get my harvest in. Harvest takes more time than anything, but man, it's a lot of fun. It's like a great big Easter egg hunt every week. Okay, here's our lettuce harvest for the week. There's a couple pounds here, plenty for me, plenty to give away. So that's really nice. I really appreciate the garden doing that for us. This is our tub of our firecracker. We are not going to harvest it. We're just going to enjoy its beauty. And when it bolts up, we'll get the seed off of it. But that's going to be, probably another 10 weeks or so. So anyhow, we'll just maintain those plants and keep them going. If it's starting to get really hot in your area and your lettuce is struggling, go ahead and put a shade cloth over it. I like to use one that I can pour my water through. But get something on it, shade it. I can grow lettuce in temperatures up to 106 degrees. So don't give up on your lettuce. Even if it's hot, keep planting, keep the rotation going. That's part of the secret to growing in the hot weather. And then put some shade on it if it's getting too hot. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our harvest and see what we got today. Okay, we had an amazing harvest this week. Let me tell you what we got. In our spinach, we had 1.5 pounds. The shigaiku, there was 0.35 pounds. The kale, there was 0.55 pounds. The choy choy, there was 1.75 pounds. The Swiss chard, there was 0.65 pounds. The beets, there was 2.6 pounds. The beet greens, there was 1.75 pounds. The broccoli, there was 0.3 pounds. The cabbage, that huge cabbage, was 5 1/3 pounds, 5.33. The zucchini, we had over 6 pounds, 6.6 pounds. The lettuce, there was 2.68 pounds. So our savings this week from all our vegetables was $113.87. And our year-to-date total is $757.03 for the savings. Just from this little garden, just from us just being out here just, a few minutes a day. So, give it a try. You'll love it. This is so much fun. So the garden gives us more than just amazing food. So the 13th gift that my garden gives me is wisdom. My garden is one of my very best teachers. It teaches me what each plant needs, how to be patient, how to be observant, and how to solve problems. My teacher is kind, unbending, honest, and patient. It's never too late to start a garden. So decide today that you're going to learn to grow your own organic, nutrient-dense food. The easiest way to start is with a proper education. So if you like the way that this garden is growing and you want to grow a similar garden, then you can get the High Performance Garden ebook. It's just $25. You can get it on our website. And this book will get you started in your high performance garden journey. Just imagine what you can grow in your yard, and you can start today. Just go to the website, thelivingfarm.org, and get your ebook, and you can start reading as soon as you download it. It's amazing. You'll love it. So if you like our show, I would like you to invite 3 other people that you know to join us in this show. We do this every week. They can get caught up with us, so if they join now and you're week 13, they can sign up, they can go back to week 0, and they can catch up with us. So think of 3 people. Stop right now, go to your email inbox and just shoot out our address to those people and tell them that you've really been enjoying the garden show and you just thought of them and thought they would like it. So another thing that you can do is, if you're in the vicinity, you can come and tour the farm. People have really been enjoying the farm tours. And just yesterday we had 2 new baby lambs born and 5 more baby turkeys. So there's always lots of fun here on the farm for kids and for grown-ups. So I invite you to come and visit the farm, and if you need some details, you can go to our website, thelivingfarm.org. We are open Thursday through Sunday from 1 to 6, and we're open May through October. So if it's any time during that time period, come up and see us. So anyhow, we had a great week in the garden again. I'm really enjoying this. I hope you are too. We're getting ready to move into some of our summer crops. As soon as we warm up here, we'll start having tomatoes and cucumbers too, so that will be fun. So until then, may your garden be easy, fun, productive, and always organic.